good day, everyone. This is Shaine Serrano.
And I'm Angel Stinson.
I'm Waby, Waby Liberia, otherwise known as Waby Sabi.
Waby Sabi. So, what do you consider yourself?
I would say I'm an artist, a creative catalyst, and I'm also Waby Sabi. More on that later. A lot of times I do turn to abstract painting, mostly on acrylics or aerosol, which I'm finding other alternatives for aerosol, but yeah, you have that, and then you have just a bunch of poetry on all sorts of other materials like tea. I paint sometimes with tea, sometimes with used ball pens, things like that.
How did you find your art style or art approach?
Well, I would say that it found me. I was always trying to create things in a very realistic fashion, mala amor solo or so. But then, as I was creating in art class once upon a time, I found out that a lot of times I'd kind of just resolve with using, drips and tears on my failed realistic drawings. I'd put all this I'd basically pile all of as much paint and color as possible on top of the ugly drawing, and then somehow my art teacher found that to be very cool, and then he gave me, there was this one time pa nga, he gave me like 100% for that abstract work, which I didn't know was called abstract art. I didn't know it was a sort of genre, so to speak. And it was something that took me some time to embrace. But yeah, I guess you could say that's my genre now.
I love that. I love how you said that your art style found you. So, how long have you been making art and when did you start?
Well, like there's that cliche Picasso quote, right? Like everyone's an artist, like you just kind of forget it along the way. But I would say that I did start seriously at age, I guess I'd say 14. Since the day that my art teacher told me to stop throwing away my works and to start keeping them or even giving them away if I didn't like what I was creating. And so it started there. It's around 14 or so.
Was that like an assignment for school, or did you just think that was the artwork? That was how to make
right. I thought that, if you could copy a photograph or a painting the closest possible to the original, that would be considered good art. I was young then, so I had tried to copy the way all of my friends were expressing themselves, and they were so good. They had so many good concepts that they were just drawing into these realistic forms, and they looked so 3D, complete with shading and all, and I couldn't seem to capture the sentiments that I was trying to put on paper. As much as I did eventually hone the skill to be able to create that way, it didn't seem authentic to who I was or to what my body or my soul was trying to create. Didn't feel authentic to me, so yeah, I did continue with abstract art and other forms as well. So as much as possible, I try to just capture the essence and kind of just transmit that essence through different forms, whatever that looks like. So it's just me trying to be my 100% self through different forms, if that makes any sense. But yeah.
I do understand the pre-notion that the higher art is realism and being able to copy reality, but you are an artist that digs deeper into the core. Like what is art for you? It's the messaging, it's what you want to portray to people.
The last series that I was most excited about was called the Apology series, and in that series I took them through a series of questions that took them through the steps of giving an apology. So, like, one of the questions started with like, do you forgive me? I'm so sorry, and I forgive you. So it went through that whole process, and I think it helped the audience also process these thoughts. A lot of them kind of teared up because they didn't really consider when the last time they made an apology was. So I think it's just the magic of art, magic of creating and just being yourself, being vulnerable on canvas, or even just being vulnerable with people like you and Angel.
Okay. But oh no, it's bad. I think my dog was also touched by what you said. He wanted to tell you.
You can find me on deep web. No, you can find me on Instagram at I am Waby Sabi. You can also see my YouTube videos on Waby Sabi. It's all just Waby Sabi. Yeah. See you there.
Thank you so much, Waby. This has been great.
Thank